Nostalgia, out in theaters, new Italian drama about a man who returns to his hometown of Napoli after 40 years of living abroad. He initially comes just to visit his old mother, his aging mother, but then nostalgia gets the better of him and he begins to rediscover the place of his youth. And decides to stay for a longer time. He tries to become part of the local community. He wants to buy a place, but he also discovers that the local gangs have become a much bigger problem in the years of his absence. And upon learning that his own best friend growing up is now controlling one of those gangs, he decides to try and find him and reconnect with that old friend as well. So I thought this film had a lot of promise with its ideas, but unfortunately didn't deliver on that promise, at least for me. I think the main problem is that the way the story goes is completely predictable. I thought the ending was obvious from about 15 minutes in. So for a lot of the film, I was just sort of waiting for it to finally get there, to finally do that thing I was waiting for it to do. But in between, there isn't really a whole lot to admire. It's not particularly pretty. The performances are okay, but not spectacular. The side plots seem a little bit disjointed at times. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's just there's nothing really great about it. As we're waiting for the events to unfold, and I also think that for a movie that sets up on exploring the topic of nostalgia, it does so in a way that I felt is largely surface level. Its message is nostalgia is dangerous. Don't fall victim to how you remembered things because they may have changed, drastically changed in the meantime when you were gone. But again, this message is it's kind of obvious. It's kind of there from very early on in the film, and the movie as a whole doesn't really explore it in such a depth that I would think it's possible. So for me, it was disappointing.